Hey everyone, welcome to Comics with Bueller. As always, I'm Bueller. This is episode 3 of Comics, Coffee, and Comments, where we look at some great comic books, we drink some great coffee, and we read some of your comments from the other videos I've done, which is just fantastic. We made it all the way to episode 3. I first want to go and talk about the coffee because I got called out by one of my viewers, Joker, that's you. He mentioned that in my last video I liked just black coffee, and I do. I love black hot coffee. But for my other coffee that I like, the colder ones, which is my cold brew that I actually make at home, I like that with a little bit of creamer in there. So I want to talk to you guys about the coffee that I have right here, which is the cold brew that I make here at my house. Cold brew is a very complicated recipe. It involves water and coffee. So if you can combine water and coffee, you can make your own cold brew and save yourself some money. Well, let me kind of show you what you need, and we'll go through it pretty quick. First thing you need is a grinder, so you can grind your own beans. It's very important for the freshness of cold brew. I like to use this one right here, which is Komodo Dragon Blend by Starbucks. This is a dark roast. I found that dark roast tastes a little much more rich, and I really enjoy it, so I go with that one. And then you're going to need a container to put the coffee in. So pretty much for this container you put about 1.5 cups of ground coffee beans, and I grind them on the coarse settings, and then you fill this up with water and you seal it. And a lot of people think you have to put it in the refrigerator and stuff, but you don't. You can just leave it on the counter or on the windowsill, and it just sits overnight. The main thing is though, the time that it sits out. I like to do about 24 hours of sitting out, and after 24 hours is over with, then you get to strain it, and that's a pain in the you know what. It takes a while to strain all that coffee. I've got like 3 different devices that I use to strain it. But once it's done straining, then you can store it, and I usually store it in these jars right here. I have about 3 or 4 of these jars will be filled from this. And you can keep these in the refrigerator for up to 2 weeks, and it's still good. But once it's all done and ready to drink, like I said, I like to put a little bit of creamer in there, and it tastes so good. I don't know if you've ever had cold brew before, but it's a different taste than regular coffee. And it's not iced coffee, it's different. Iced coffee is just, you know, coffee drip with ice put on it, and that's it. Cold brew sits out overnight and all that good stuff. But it doesn't have the acidity that regular coffee has, and it's much more potent as well. So it's kind of hard to drink by itself, so that's why I put the creamer in there. But it gets you going, man. You drink a little bit of this, and it'll last you all day long. And I've drank this and been up for 24 hours. And I drink some whenever I go to a con or an event or anything like that, and it does a lot of good. But I like to take my glasses when it's a nice hot day out, sit outside, grab some of my freshly made cold brew and drink up, and it's fantastic. So can't miss that. If you guys want me to do a video on making cold brew, I can do it. It's kind of boring, but you know, I can show you. But if you have any other questions, just let me know, and I'll let you know how to do it. So anyway, there you go. Let's go ahead and jump into some comic books, because I know you guys came here to see the books. And this is a great episode because this is an episode about the villains. This is all first appearance of Marvel villains. I got some big name villains to show you, a lot of Spider-Man villains, and I have a lot of lower names to show you as well that you might not have heard of, but you know, they are first appearances, so that's what I got. So let's get to the books. The first one is Marvel's version of Joker. This is Daredevil number 42, written by Stan Lee. This is the first appearance of Jester. He didn't quite catch on like the Joker did, but there's still time, so you know, you never know. We'll see. This other one right here is Thor number 208. This is written by Gary Conway. This is the first appearance of the four-dimensional man. Not very well known, but he's kind of cool looking. He actually has another name, but I struggle pronouncing it, so we're just going to go with the 4-dimensional man on Thor. Cool. This one you've heard of. This is also by Gary Conway. This is from 1972. This is Thor number 199. This is the first appearance of Ego Prime. You guys probably heard that name before in the Guardians of the Galaxy number 2 movie. But this is the first appearance of Ego Prime, which is very cool to have. I picked it up really cheap, so I wanted to share it. Let's go ahead and get to our first comments. And these comments are from the first unboxing video that I did. It's the one where I introduced the blade sword and opened the box and all that good stuff. But let's go ahead and read some of those. And this first comment is from a friend of mine, Brad Massey Million. He says, "Thank you, Fran, for the kind words. Great video you did. And that's a big cat you got there." He's talking about my cat. "He must love comics. Or what's the cat's name? Is it named after a superhero?" Well, first off, my cat's a lady, and she's not named after a superhero. She kind of has a funny name. You know me, I'm kind of a funny guy. And my mom's probably going to be upset from talking about this, but I'm going to do it. My cat's name is Nipples, the cat. Yeah, Nipples. It started off as a joke, and I just said it one time, and it kind of caught on, and people started calling her Nipples, and now it's stuck, and now she is known as Nipples the cat, and that's the one that Jeff was holding in one of the videos. So, Nipples. Another comment I got here is from Regie Simmons, IFBB Pro. He's a great guy, great channel. He's a bodybuilder and does comics. We look like twins, same physique. He says, "I read some of the comments, but I still wasn't ready for the ending." Then he put hashtag funny man, which that's cool. I guess I'm a hashtag person. I don't even know what hashtags are. But he's referring to the ending in a video, and you know, I'll just let you guys watch it. If you haven't done it already, you might want to watch the ending. It's funny. So let me go ahead and get to a few more books. And the first one we have here is Amazing Spider-Man number 78, written by Stan Lee. This is the first appearance of the Prowler. And he likes to prowl around and get himself in the mischief. And I think he steals some things. And this copy's not that great. I got it really cheap, and like I said on one of my other videos, once I get it, I check it off my list and I move on. Let me grab some of this coffee. Oh, it's so good. So good. This next one's a big one. Not really. This is from 1974. It's by Gary Conway again. This is the first appearance of Mindworm. Mindworm. He kind of looks like a beaver. Beaver worm or whatever. Anyway, first appearance of that villain. I've never heard of that villain before, actually, before I bought this book. But it's kind of funny looking cover, so I picked it up. And I wanted the first appearance of Mindworm. And last comic on this round. This one's really cool. This is covered by John Romita. This is the first appearance of Tarantula. Right there. It's a real great villain. I really like that villain. I hope they do something with them in the movies. Side note, this is the second appearance or cameo of the Punisher as well. And now I have the second appearance and the first appearance. But they've used this cover a couple times, I think, like on Peter Parker number 1, or a variation. They changed the background, but it's very similar. And there's also another Amazing Spider-Man one later down the road that's also pretty much almost identical cover as well. Let's go ahead and get back to some more comments here. This is from Joseph's Books. He said a couple of things. Epic background. He likes my background of that video, obviously, with all my books and all that good stuff. He goes, all those comics are super cool. You're right, they're very cool. He said, the ending had me rolling. Here's my comics, bye. Too good, way too good. So I'll just tell you the ending. Anyway, I worked my way up to unboxing the comics that I got. And I opened the box and I said, there you go. Thanks for watching. And that's the end of the video. So I don't actually show the books. But I did make a video the next day showing the books, so you didn't have to wait too long. And there was a really great Hulk book that was in there that I really wanted, and now I have a couple copies of it, so that's fantastic. This other one is by ComicBookChamp. He said, bro, WTF? You want to watch your language, man. ComicBookChamp, this is a family-friendly show. He says, I love it. Glad you subbed me up because I was able to find this, keep the videos coming. So he subbed to my channel because I did sub to his. I only sub channels I like, and I like his channel, so that's why I subbed his channel. And he returned the favor and checked out my videos, and he liked what he saw too, which is fantastic. And that's why you should subscribe to a channel, because you like what you see. So thanks, man. I appreciate it. And obviously we're always making more videos, so we are keeping them coming. Let's go back to some books. Let me set these down. Let me grab some more coffee. And I'll tell you a sad story. So this next book right here was really one I was excited to share with you guys. And I bought it not too long ago, and it cost me a little bit of money. But it was the first appearance of a major character from Spider-Man. But I lost it. I don't know where it's at. I've been looking for days and I can't find it, and I got like, 7,000 books, and looking for one book, it's like looking for a needle in a stack of needles, and I don't know where it's at. And this is the Marvel Tales version of it, which is the Spider-Man number 20. It's the first appearance of the Scorpion, and this is subbing for that right now. But I bought this book at my local shop, the real one, and I don't know what happened to it. I don't know if somebody took it or if it's just misplaced. I'm hoping it is, and I find it later. But I was really excited to show that book to you, and now it's lost. So, has that ever happened to you guys before, and you just lose one of your books? Because as far as I can tell, that's the only one that's missing, and I don't know where it went. Anyway, I did have that one. Hopefully I find it. If I do, I'm going to show it to you. But let's go ahead and get to some of the other titles. These are all the rest of Spider-Man. These are all major characters or villains in the Spider-Man universe. This is Spider-Man number 18. This is the first appearance of Ned Leeds. This is by Stan Lee and Steve Ditko. Ned Leeds later becomes one of the Hobgoblins. So the first appearance of him. And the very early appearance of Sandman, obviously, because it's number 18. And then I have this one right here, and this is Amazing Spider-Man number 46 by Stan Lee. This is the first appearance of the Shocker, and he is shocking the world with his shocking power. So very cool, great villain. The version of him was in the that Spider-Man Homecoming movie, so that's great. I was happy to pick that up. Let me read a couple more comments before I get back to the last book. This is from TacomaComics. This is my Pacific Northwest comic brother. He said, that was awesome how you read the comments from your last video. Yeah, that's kind of where this video got the idea for this video, is reading the comments from a couple of my other videos. I really enjoy doing that, and I think people like it too, and it gives me a chance to acknowledge some great comments and some great other fellow YouTubers, and I always leave their name down there. I don't know if it's right down there now. It might say TacomaComics right now. That would be a good time for that. There it is. But yeah, I love reading the comments. He said that it was an awesome blade. He's talking about my big blade sword. That's the one we used to open the box. And he said he was cracking up. Well, great. I like it when I'm able to make people laugh and enjoy some great books at the same time. Kind of two go together, along with some coffee. So thank you to TacomaComics. And my last comment here, this is from BUB'S Comics. What's up, BUB'S? He says, and now for something completely different. And I love that comment because all my videos that I do, I really try to do something different than what you usually see. Compared to other comic book videos. No offense to those, they're great, but I like to kind of think outside the box and come up with new ideas to show great books and to entertain you as well. And I think so far we've done that, and I have more ideas coming to my mind because I use that mind worm thing. And so thank you, Bub Comics, for mentioning something completely different. I'll try to keep doing that, so thank you. One last book to show. It's a great book. Take a sip of coffee. This one is one of my favorite villains from the Spider-Man universe. This one is by Stan Lee and John Romita Sr. It's Amazing Spider-Man number 41. This is the first appearance of Rhino. Rhino. Every time I look at Rhino, I think of Ace Ventura, When Nature Calls, when he's inside that Rhino robot and he's trying to get out through that. You know what I'm talking about. But anyway, Rhino's awesome. Cool character. He was in he made an appearance in that second Amazing Spider-Man movie for like a minute, and you know, nothing ever came of that. But maybe we'll see him down the road. So anyway, guys, those are all the villains. I hope you guys liked them. I hope you guys learned a little bit about coffee. Like I said, if you want to know more, just ask. And this was fun. We got some new videos coming out. It's Monday morning. We got the sneak peek video coming out on probably Tuesday night. And me and Jeff just shot another episode of Comics for People Who Hate Comics. And it's a good one. I give Jeff a couple more tasks to do. And he gets a little irritated with them. And he takes out his aggression a little bit, and it's a lot of fun. And there's a new segment in that show as well, and towards the end, and you should check that out because it's pretty funny as well. Anyway, guys, that's all I got. Enjoy the rest of your week. Have some coffee, relax, and we will see you next time. Don't forget to like and subscribe and all that crap. You know what to do. I will see you again soon. Have a good one. Bye.